Hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. You are now here with me at Court of Public Opinion. Welcome back for all my returning subscribers and for all my people who are just tapping in for the first time on this channel. First, I want to get into some things. Please make sure you like, subscribe, press the notification bell so you can get more videos like this. Come on, guys, let's boost me up into the algorithm. I am a new YouTuber, but that is not going to stop my growth because you, the people who are watching me now, I am so happy that you are here to talk with me about the ASAP ASAP Relli and ASAP Rocky trial that is currently going on now. So I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers who have been going over this particular trial, but I kind of want to come at it from an angle of from a different perspective. Let's talk about how, all right, you and your friends, y'all all grow up in the hood together. You either go to high school together, y'all live on the same block, you live in the same building. I'm from New York City, and we would call New York City the concrete jungle. So it's either you live in an apartment building or you live in a house, either or. But majority of people who live within the 5 boroughs or mainly who live in the city, you're going to live in an apartment building. So let's talk about how, okay, you grow up in the hood with your friends, y'all either go to school together, you grow up on the block together, you live in the same building together, you grow up, and there are a lot of cases, I can say for myself, that the people that you grow up with, once you become established or famous, a lot of times the people who have grown up with you or who have gone on this journey with you, a lot of people fall off. So there are situations, and I've heard of this time and time again, where you cannot take everyone with you. The people who you've grown up with, who you called your best friends or your brother or your sister, a lot of times you outgrow these people. The same person that you was when you were a child or a teenager, you are not the same person in your adulthood. Oftentimes we've heard of situations where once you become famous or you become established or you have excelled in life, a lot of times you cannot take the hood with you because situations like this, what I see going through ASAP Rocky and ASAP Relli. Sorry, I keep forgetting his name. There's so many members with the first name ASAP. So excuse me if I keep forgetting his name. But another thing, a lot of times you have your friends or your family members who have contributed to your success. For example, if you become an actor or if you become a rapper or somebody in the industry, no matter what type of arts that you go into, excuse me. And a lot of times these people, they get a little crunchy or they get a little jelly, I should say, because you have succeeded in the industry that they want to get into. And a lot of times you leave these people behind and you're not giving them the credit for the work that they've contributed to your success. So there are so many situations, so many celebrities where they have had friends that they grew up with who were a part of their success, and they either have been left behind and they feel away because that person either no longer talks to them, or they've moved, or they're so busy traveling the world and going on tour, or they become an actor and they've moved and they don't have time for you, where that person who has been left behind either will feel a sense of jealousy, or what is the word? They would feel like rejection. They would feel rejection that this person has left them behind. And you all know what happens. You start talking crap about them, and jealousy comes about. It rears its ugly head, and friendships that were created from when you were young or in your younger years fall to the wayside, or these people who you consider friends or family members are now your enemies, or frenemies, if I should say. So, looking at this situation with ASAP Rocky and ASAP, what's his name? Relli, ASAP Relli, this looks like a situation that I am talking about. And you and I both know that this often happens in the hood. This often happens in the hood. It's probably has happened to us. I can personally say that that has happened to me. Friends that I had in my younger years, I no longer am friends with them now. Reason being because either my life has changed so much to the point where it's like we no longer have anything in common, or I have either elevated to another level where that person just cannot come along. Your ways of thinking is different. Things that you used to like, or things that you guys used to do, you no longer do anymore. And the friendship just disseminates. So there's a saying, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know, like, people are only in your life for a season. So friends that you've had for well over 15, 20 years, and you still have them, I would consider that being, a very lucky situation. Because a lot of times, I tell my kids this all the time. Someone who was your best friend from kindergarten up until maybe junior high school, and you guys end up going your separate ways, or you have different interests in life. What you guys used to love doing together, one may not like doing that anymore. So friends that you would have from when you were young, they will not necessarily be your friend when you get older. A lot of times people separate, they move, they go to a different school. Why is my lighting acting like this? They go to a different school, or, a lot of people have experienced that. I can say that I've experienced that myself. So let me get into this situation where ASAP Relli, ASAP Rocky, they've known each other since they were 17 years old. And when they knew each other, which was in high school, ASAP Rocky, he was not considered famous yet. So it was a group of them who were friends. And according to ASAP Relli, he was a participant in the success of ASAP Rocky, where he is today now. Now, my thought on that is, okay, I don't know what he contributed as far as his music or him getting to where he is now, but my whole thought process on that is, when something is for you, it is for you. the door will fly open and that opportunity will present itself to you, and no one can take that situation away. Now, I'm sure ASAP Relli was seeing that ASAP Rocky is in a position where he's flying to all these different countries. He's in a relationship with Rihanna. He's having a baby with her. So he did mention in the trial that he used to call him every 6-month man, something like that, because he was not seeing ASAP Rocky as often as he used to. Before, in the past, they used to be around each other almost every single day. And now ASAP Rocky, his life is totally different. It's not the same because he is now in the music industry, or he was. He's now, holding hands and hanging out with people in the industry. Like, he was dating one of the Kardashian or one of the Jenner girls at one point, and now he is, in a relationship and has 2 children with the superstar Rihanna, and also a mega business owner, Fenty, and she was also, a mega superstar. So now he's in a totally different realm where when he used to have time to hang out with his boys, he doesn't have that time anymore. He's on jets, he's on jet planes going to other countries, and he's living a totally different life where it's like it sounds like he doesn't have time to really, shoot the shit like he used to with his friends before. And ASAP Relli is a little salty about that. So, he's making comments about how he will call Rocky and Rocky wouldn't answer the phone, or he would take forever to text him. From what I can remember, he made promises that he was going to do certain things for ASAP Relli, and ASAP Relli called him a liar because he promised certain things. And it's kind of like ASAP Rocky was just shooting him off like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do this for you, making all these promises and not coming through on his promises. So this was pretty much pissing ASAP Relli off. I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure that in the past, ASAP Relli, as well as his other group members, probably did things for ASAP Rocky on his behalf. And it's a possibility he's probably like, this mother effer owes me. Like, I did this, that, and the third for him. And now that he's up and he's with all these different, type of people, it's like he don't know me. He doesn't know me anymore. Those weren't his exact words, but that's what I gather from hearing him on the witness stand during this trial. So let's take a look, because there was a portion of the trial where the attorney is asking him different questions just to get an understanding of the type of friendship that both ASAP Rocky and ASAP Relli had. So I am going to play that so you could just get a little background as far as how the friendship started.
Cause nothing for this court. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help God.
Yes.
And you please take a seat on the witness stand right over there. Please adjust the microphone and tell us your first name. Tell us your name, then spell it for the record.
Terell Ephron, TerellEphron.
No, station. Try to speak into the microphone. All right, Mr. Wellman, the floor is yours.
Let me move it up a little bit. kind of quiet right now.
And jacket.
Yes.
What's his name?
Rakim.
Identify Mr. Mayor.
Rakim Mayers.
And do you know him by any other nicknames?
ASAP Rocky. Lago.
How did you first meet him?
In high school, we grew up together.
How old were you, do you think, when you first met him?
Probably like 17, 18.
When you first met him, was he a well-known famous rapper?
No.
Want to jump ahead to November 6th, 2021, the date of this incident. Do you remember approximately, or do you remember how old you were that day?
Excuse me?
How old were you on the day that this happened?
Hey guys, did you know some drivers are ditching their car insurance and they're doing this instead?
Probably 33, 32.
Okay. Would it be fair to say you knew him about maybe 15 years at that point?
Yes.
That's a long time to be friends with somebody. About 15 years, that's a long time.
Over the 15 years that you knew him, were the two of you friends?
Yeah.
Can you describe the closeness of your relationship to him?
The whole 15 years.
Yeah, over the course of your relationship, sort of how it started and then how close you were throughout the 15 years.
Well, I mean, we started a collective ASAP, which is a bunch of, how would you call it, like a bunch of people from New York that got different down nerves.
It's okay. Just take a minute. Take a couple deep breaths. The relationship that you're.
I would say he's nervous because the relationship that you once had with your friend is pretty much over. That's why he's nervous. When they're asking him just to describe the relationship from the beginning up until the point where they got into that argument in LA, the relationship is over. And the fact that he's on the stand and he is directly in front of ASAP Rocky, those 15, 16 years that they had as friends is gone. It's wiped out. So all he has is memories. If there were any good times, that's all he has. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Describing in high school, were the two of you close friends? Like, would you see him every day, or was this sort of a friendship where you knew of him but didn't really know him?
No, we knew each other. We knew each other. We knew each other very well. I mean, it was probably like 6 or 7 of us. Probably like 4 of them was rappers.
Do you think you'd see him every day?
Up until he got famous, yeah.
Okay.
Like a little bit until he got famous.
How long do you think you knew him before? I know it's hard to pick down exactly when someone becomes famous, but about how long do you think you knew him before he became famous?
7 years.
And over that 7 years, it was a regular occurrence that you would be with him almost every day, correct?
Yeah.
Would you describe him at that time, the beginning of your relationship, as someone that was like a brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you started to tell us about ASAP. What?
Look at this man right here. Why does he look like that? He looking at ASAP like, you okay? Anyway.
What does ASAP stand for?
It means a lot of different things, but always try to prosper.
Were you a member of ASAP?
Yes.
Within ASAP, did you have a nickname that you went by?
Yeah, really. ASAP Relli.
Was that something that started when you were in high school?
Yeah.
What year of high school do you remember? Like, were you a junior, a senior?
Oh, it was like this.
Did you know someone by the name of Elijah Elang?
Yes.
Was he also a member of ASAP?
Yes.
Did he have a nickname that he went by in ASAP?
ASAP Bills.
And I'm gonna have to mark my next exhibit.
10.
Do you recognize the person depicted here in People's 10?
Yeah.
And who is that?
Elijah.
Okay. Is it easier for you to refer to him as Elijah, Ills? How do you want to refer to him?
Bills.
Ills? Okay. Was he one of the kind of original members of ASAP?
Yeah.
How would you describe for the jury your relationship or your closeness with Elijah or Ills?
I mean, it was pretty good up until the incident.
Would you, up until the incident, would you have considered him a close friend of yours?
Yeah.
Was he someone that you would talk to on a regular basis?
Yeah, I talked to him the night before the incident. I was at his crib, his house actually.
Okay. Is it fair to say kind of up until the day of that incident, you've known him maybe approximately 15 years too?
Yeah. Just,
Do you know someone by the name of Jamel Phillips?
yeah.
And is he also a member of ASAP?
Yeah.
What, if any, nicknames does he go by?
ASAP Bills.
Can I read my next exhibit?
Is anybody having trouble with your? Everybody's okay? If you're having some trouble?
Yeah.
Mr. Ephron, could you try to speak up a little bit, please?
I'm in our People's 11 year.
Yes. What is it?
It's a one-page document, with a single photograph, depicting two people. Mr. Ephron, showing you the person on the left in this photograph. Do you recognize who that is?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Jamel, 12 weeks.
And kind of like the same question with Hills, what's the easiest way for you to refer to him?
I was never really that cool with him.
No, I mean, as we're talking about the different people involved in this, how do you want me to refer to him? Do you want me to call him 12? Do you want me to call him
Yeah.
Janelle?
12 weeks.
Okay, 12. And the person who's next to him in this photograph, do you recognize that person?
Yeah, that's Rakim.
You said regarding 12B that you were not as close to him, correct?
Is that yes?
Yes.
How would you put it in your own words, how would you describe your relationship with 12B prior to this?
I mean, there was never no problems, but I never wasn't that cool with him. Like, we really didn't interact that much.
Would you,
He wasn't like a-
somewhere?
He came kind of like later, so like I really wasn't really in like chilling with him or chilling with anybody who came after the fact. It was ASAP.
Okay. So what you're describing is kind of you and the defendant and Ills had known each other longer, and then 12B came after that core group was formed.
Yeah, so me, Jabari, Ills, and Rocky pretty much started ASAP.
Okay.
And anybody else who came after, if they wasn't like genuinely like trying to better themselves or do something other than like fooling around, kind of distance myself.
Okay. Is that, you mentioned the name Jabari. Who's Jabari?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
What's his name?
Jabari. That's me. ASAP Barty.
Okay. Does he have any other nicknames that you like?
You only what?
would he also have been considered part of the ASAP collective that you described?
Oh, yeah.
Within that collective of members of ASAP, were all the people that were members, were they all rappers?
No.
What were some of the other pursuits that members of ASAP would also pursue?
Fashion, producing, anything involved with like culture, really.
What, were you a rapper?
No,
What was your contribution to the group?
I was a manager. Not of ASAP, but I created my own company.
What was the name of your company?
Shut up.
And when you say you were a manager, what does that mean?
I was scout for talent, like I had producers, I had artists. I helped actual ASAP members with stuff.
So the managing that you're talking about is all related to the music industry.
Yes.
And you're saying you would try to find people who are talented in different areas within music, like rapping or producing, correct?
Yeah.
So pretty much in a nutshell, you have your friends who you pretty much grew up with. He said that they were friends for 7 years before he became famous. And based off of what he said, everyone was a participant in the success of A$AP Rocky. He said he wasn't the manager of A$AP Rocky. However, he did mention that other members played their part. They did whatever they did as far as fashion and whatever other things. So I don't know. It sounds like he was expecting for once A$AP Rocky gets on, normally you would think you have a group of friends that are very close and we're all cohesively working together with one goal to lift A$AP Rocky up. I don't know this 100% for sure, but it sounds like it. I mean, this is just a big old repeat when it comes to a lot of people who have gotten into the industry. They didn't get in there on their own. There were a lot of people who were participants, friends, other people who helped them get them where they are. And when you do that, oftentimes you would expect that the people who help you get to where you are or who were participating in that you would help lift them up and bring them along with you. Now, it's pretty obvious there are a lot of people who that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. People get jealous, or you get to where you are and it's like you forget about them. You forget about those people, you put them on the back burner, and you move on with your life. So I don't know. It sounds like A$AP Relli is a little salty. Jealousy, I don't know if that is the case, but yeah. I think he kind of feels like he's left behind. A$AP Rocky probably was making promises, or he probably was asking him for favors, and A$AP Rocky was just brushing him off or telling him, yeah, I got you, I'm gonna do it. And then when Relli reaches out to him, he's like, leave him on red, doesn't answer, or that's that. But good old Azalea Banks. She's also a native New Yorker as well, like myself. I'm from New York. And she has come out with something that this is what I'm hearing for the very first time, because we're automatically thinking based off of this whole trial situation and prior to the trial that there is more to the story than what we know. Who's to say this is true? I don't know, but I'm going to read it. So this is from Complex. Azealia Banks claims A$AP Rocky shot A$AP Relli because Rihanna flirted with him. We don't know if that's true, so we're going to say allegedly. In a scathing post shared on X, Azealia Banks ripped into A$AP Rocky amid his assault trial and said he should go to jail. Alongside a video of A$AP Relli testifying in court, during which Relli claimed that Rocky pointed a gun at him and pulled the trigger during an alleged altercation in 2021. Banks offered support for Relli and made a series of accusations against Rocky. A$AP Relli and Naka literally made Rocky. Rocky is not from Harlem like he says, she wrote in a lengthy post. So the effing T on this is Rocky Corny ASS had Rihanna in Harlem trying to show off and made the mistake of inviting Relli Fine Chocolate ASS, okay, over, and of course, Ree was all in his face flirting and ish. She continued, Rocky got jealous, invited him to meet up somewhere, pulled him in for a hug, and then really tried to shoot and ill him. All because Rihanna was looking. Relli ain't looking for no payday. He's genuinely deeply hurt because he really believed in Rocky and considered him a friend. Okay, Azealia, I'm gonna have to stop you right there, because in the case, there are text messages that were pulled up where A$AP Relli initiated a fight between him and A$AP Rocky. Now, before the PD cloned his phone, he deleted text messages of a conversation that both Relli and Rocky had. And basically, it was just him complaining and saying, oh, you a fake a ninja. And he was complaining about how he's a liar, and he called him every 6 months man because he only hears or see of him every couple of months. He'll text him. A$AP Rocky will either put him on read by not responding, or he will respond so much later, probably not quick enough for Relli, because Relli probably was in need of something and he's asking A$AP for some assistance with something, and A$AP Rocky's probably just brushing him off. So I don't know how that correlates with what Azealia Banks is talking about. Maybe this is something that happened prior to, but this looks like it's a combination of things that has been happening over the years since A$AP Rocky's success. Now, I don't know, maybe they were chummy with each other, and A$AP Rocky probably, this is just allegedly, I'm creating this, when bros are together, it's like, oh, when I eat, you gonna eat too, we all gonna eat together. And it's like he catches a big break and it's like he leaves him behind. But it kind of looks like he has his other friends that's with him, because A$AP Relli was complaining, or he was saying in the trial that he could hear, or he saw something on Instagram where all the other members was at A$AP Rocky's house and he wasn't there. So he probably was feeling a little jelly. He probably felt like, he was being exited out of the group. there's some type of tension between him and A$AP Rocky. And of course, the other group members, they're going to be on A$AP Rocky's joint because it's like he's the famous one. He's the one with a billionaire. So it's like, let me take A$AP Rocky's side and hang with him because he's taking us places. We're having the ability to experience the celebrity life, even though we may not have a lot of money, but the fact that we are here in A$AP Rocky's presence, it's like we're gonna go along with him because he's the one that has all the connections. He's the one that's around stars. He's the one that's going on tours and doing all these things. So if A$AP Rocky decides to take them along, it's like, I'm going to try to get what I can get. A$AP Relli, he really don't have much going on. He don't really have connects like that. He's probably not having parties that we're going to be invited to. So we're going to stick with A$AP Rocky. So Relli is seeing this and he's salty, he's upset, he's pissed off. He did mention that when he was on trial. And I didn't hear anything about a whole situation with Rihanna flirting with A$AP Relli. Let's go on and continue reading what she said. Okay. Relli's real name is Terell Ephron. Took the stand in the trial on Tuesday and said that Rocky threatened to kill him during the alleged altercation. 50 Cent is following the trial and accused Relli of falsifying the claims in an attempt to get money from Rocky, his former friend and collaborator. 50 Cent always has something to say. It's so funny. I'm from the same hood as 50, Jamaica, Queens, so I know of him and the area where he grew up in before he got famous and moved and all that other stuff. So 50 always has something to say, but he's pretty funny. And we all stand by to listen and hear what 50 has to say because 50 is funny. But anyway, let's carry on. So, let me see, collaborator. Oh yeah, you know what? As far as him trying to get money, it's funny you said that because there was one of the text messages, I'm sure you guys have been watching the trial, where A$AP, what's his name? Relli? Yes, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. There's so many A$APs, like I said. A$AP Relli was like, oh, I'm about to be rich. Those weren't his exact words, but he wrote itch as it was a typo. But he was like, I'm about to get rich because A$AP Rocky shot at me. And I think what he was trying to do was try to work out a settlement before this whole situation went to trial. So first of all, he's not that smart because you don't text anything, you don't put anything in writing as far as stuff like that because look, it's all out in the wash now. The police department, they cloned his phone. So if you delete any type of text messages, they are able to pull all of that up. Whether you delete it or not, once your phone is cloned, they can see deleted messages, you name it, they can see it. Messages that came in and messages that went out. So I don't know who he texted this to, but he texted this to somebody about how he about to be rich because he figured because of this whole situation that he can, I think he's probably doing the criminal trial and then he's supposed to be doing civil as well. You know, criminal trial is criminal trial and civil's for the money. So the reason why A$AP Rocky was like, I'm not taking a deal, because if he was to take the deal, as far as saying that he is guilty, what would follow that is the civil trial where A$AP Relli can take him to court and get money. So that is the main reason why ASAP Rocky was like, heck no, I'm not taking 180 days. I'm not doing it. Because if I take the 180 days, I am admitting to the fact that I am guilty, and that leaves room for ASAP Relli to sue him for money. So that is the reason why ASAP Relli was like, oh, I'm about to be rich. And it's so weird because he claims that he was shot. They said there were about 6 to 7 police officers who went to go scope out the area where the incident had occurred, and they didn't find anything. But he goes back. I don't know. Some people are saying he went back an hour later back to the scene to collect evidence, and he was able to find it. But how was he able to find shell casings, but the PD wasn't able, the LAPD were not able to find any shell casings? It's weird. And then he collected the evidence in a Dunkin' Donuts bag, went to the precinct to present the shell casings. That's weird. And then they're saying that ASAP Rocky didn't have a real gun. He had like a prop gun. So it's like, this is crazy, but I don't know. Watching the trial, I'm gonna be honest, it ain't looking too good for ASAP Relli. It's not, because he's being caught in a slew of lies. And ASAP Rocky's attorney, what is his name? Takapina, from what I hear, is a Harvard Law School graduate. And not only that, he is a professor at Harvard Law School where he teaches cross-examination. So ASAP Rocky hired the best of the best. And right now, looking at these couple of days of trial, when I say perjury has been happening all throughout, like so many times. And I think ASAP really knows this. That's why he's so emotional and temperamental. And I guess, you know, his attitude towards the attorney is like, shit, I'm in the corner. I done effed up. You know you done effed up, right? So it's crazy. He is saying one thing, especially when he was at the police station, and a lot of things that he was saying at the police station when, you know, the incident first had occurred, he's now singing a different tune when he's on trial on the stand as a witness. So it's not looking good for your boy. It's not looking good. Anyway, so let's continue reading this. So yeah, 50 Cent is talking about all he's looking for is money. Okay, so Bank also accused Rocky of being responsible ASAP Yam's overdose. Oh wow. You know what? There was a point in time where they had mentioned another one of the ASAP members who is deceased. And ASAP Relli was saying that if ASAP Rocky does not pay for his funeral, he's gonna F ASAP Rocky up, because ASAP Rocky is probably the one who has the most money, and it's probably nothing for him to pay for this young man's funeral. So I guess this is the gentleman that he was talking about when it was mentioned in the trial that if ASAP Rocky, well, Relli was saying if ASAP Rocky does not pay for his funeral, he's going to beat him up or F him up. All right. So anyway, Banks also accused Rocky of being responsible for ASAP Yam's overdose that caused his death in 2015, alleging Rocky would punk Yams by intentionally aggravating his asthma and sending him into a spiraling depression. That's sad, if that's true. But for now, we're going to say allegedly. I grew up with all these ninjas, Banks continued. Rocky tried to shoot Relli and recklessly almost shot ASAP's ills. I don't give a F. Rocky needs to go to jail and pay Relli with whatever money he makes. She went on to suggest that Rocky should be facing a count of attempt murder of ASAP Ill's real name, Elijah Ulanga. Well, that must be an African name. This case is missing another count of attempt murder, Elijah, felony assault, illegal possession of a firearm, fraudulent inducement, coercion, intentional infliction of emotional distress, reckless endangerment, and everything possible. She concluded, F this ninja Rocky. Okay, girl. Okay, A$AP Relli and Naka literally made Rocky. Rocky is not from Harlem. Okay, well, she said all this stuff, so I guess this is her Instagram post. Rocky is facing 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm in the case, which kicked off in the past weeks. On Wednesday, Rihanna made an appearance in court to show support for Rocky, the father of her 2 children. Rocky has maintained his innocence and rejected a plea deal last week. So, let's see where this goes. This is yet another hood story. We hear about stuff like this all the time, or in some cases you don't hear about it because it's kept hush-hush, and the person who is still in the hood or who doesn't have any money or doesn't have a following like the person who has gotten famous, they don't have a voice. Or if they do have a voice, they are either threatened to be quiet, or they know that people in the hood or these people fans is going to be going against them, which that's exactly what's happening to A$AP Relli right now. When they had posted his Instagram up on the screen in court while he was in trial, that was the main thing that he was complaining about. He was saying, why are you guys posting my Instagram during this trial for the world to see? He was like, I'm already getting death threats. That explains it, because this is Rihanna's baby daddy, and now that his Instagram has been presented for the world to see, of course the fans of Rihanna, because if they love Rihanna and Rihanna loves A$AP, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, because fans are crazy. Fans are nuts. They do things that they have no business doing. Mind you, a lot of these celebrities, they don't even know who you are. So for you to do something like that is absolutely crazy. But guys, I am not going to hold you up anymore. Please go down in the comments and tell me how you feel about this situation. The perspective or the angle that I looked at this from is, you can't bring everybody from the hood with you. Or you've had situations where you have contributed to someone's success, or you've heard of situations like that or stories like that where your friends or family members who has helped you on your way up and people are just falling off. A lot of times you become famous, you stay in the hood, and you hear about these rappers or people who have become successful. Things happen to them. Look at Mary J. Blige. As soon as she became famous, she was like, we got to get the heck out of here. She's from the Slow Bomb Projects. She was like, we got to get out of here or else they're going to kill us. Perfect example. Nipsey Hussle. He stayed in the hood. All right, he had his place of business in the hood, but what he wanted to do was stay in the hood and try to help his people and uplift them. Someone from his hood, because of jealousy, took him out of here. So it's like, it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation where you have your friends and your family members who have witnessed your stardom from the beginning up until the point where you are, and they either have fallen off, or you have to let them go, because a lot of times you cannot bring people with you on your journey. You cannot. But a lot of times, you know, people, they feel a sense of guilt because they made it. They made it out of the hood. So it's like, what do you do? ASAP Relli, ASAP Yams, Hills, I don't know, it was a couple names, ASAP Rocky. These were boys who went to high school together, came up together. They've been close friends. They would see almost every single day for the past seven years after graduating, I guess, from high school, or from the moment when they were in high school. And ASAP Relli made it. I mean, ASAP Rocky made it. And it looks like Relli and probably other people were trying to hold on and see if they could catch some crumbs. Who knows? That might have been the situation. Or promises were made to them that, you know, I'm going to help you. And ASAP Rocky probably is just so caught up in life and just being so busy. He just, you know, he's living another life. He's living a whole nother life. And sometimes you just can't take people with you. It's a sad situation the way you look at it, but you cannot expect for people to do for you what you would do for them. Or if you're going to do something for somebody, you're going to do it out of the kindness of your heart. But you cannot expect to take that person with you. A lot of rappers, a lot of celebrities who had their childhood friends, I really don't see nor hear about them having their friends from their younger years with them. I don't. Maybe a few. Rihanna, I know that chocolate young lady, beautiful young lady, I think that's her best friend. I've seen her around Rihanna a lot in her younger years. Not so much now, but you know, Rihanna, she's a family woman now. She has 2 kids. Maybe her best friend is still around, or she's probably in a relationship. You know, people grow apart. They start having their lives. They start having families, all kind of things. So nothing ever stays the same. You just have to understand that. And that's something that I did not realize until I got older. But in my youth, you don't think that things are going to change. You don't think that people are going to change. But people change. Circumstances change. Situations change. Life changes. Nothing stays the same. You have people who are around. There's people who pass away. There are people who, you know, you were once friends, but now enemies. That's just the world that we live in. Nothing stays the same. And that is not something that I realized until I got older and as life continued on. So again, please go down in the comments and tell me how you feel about this whole situation as far as friendships and how friendships change and how they don't stay the same. Please go down in the comments and just tell me your experience as far as how your life has changed, how you had a friend or a family member that you were close with for many, many years, and then poof, they're gone. Thank you so much for watching this video. You've made it this far. We're almost at the 1 hour mark. Again, please guys, I want to be riding that algorithm wave going up. So please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so the algorithm can just sweep me up into the raptures of being a million plus YouTuber. That is what I am speaking into existence. And if you've made it this far into this video, that means that you have a strong interest in what I have to say. And I would like to know what you have to say and how you feel about this. So without any further ado, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you guys again. Take care.